What if I told you the teenage brain is designed to rewrite the rules, sometimes literally? Neuroscience reveals that teenagers are hardwired to take risks, defy limits, and think outside the box. This happens because the brain's reward system, powered by dopamine, is at its most sensitive during adolescence. Let's break it down. When teenagers take a risk, like trying something new or pushing boundaries, their brains release a flood of dopamine, making the experience feel more rewarding than it would for an adult. That's why they're drawn to high-stakes activities, from daring skateboard tricks to debating teachers in class. It's no coincidence that people like Malala Yousafzai started challenging norms at just 15, or that Greta Thunberg sparked a global climate movement before she turned 17. Even Mozart, a teenage prodigy, took creative risks that defined his career.
Welcome back to Precooked Psychology. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating mysteries of the human brain: why teenagers think so differently. Whether it's starting a global movement like Malala or composing masterpieces like Mozart, teenagers seem to defy all odds. But there's a reason behind their bold ideas, and yes, sometimes puzzling behavior. It's all in the wiring of their brains.
Teenagers don't just think differently, they experience the world differently thanks to how their brains are wired. Between ages 13 and 19, the brain undergoes a massive overhaul, especially in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making and self-control. Psychologist Dr. Lawrence Steinberg calls this the age of opportunity. He explains that during adolescence, the brain's plasticity is at its peak, making it the perfect time for growth and learning. However, this also leaves teenagers more vulnerable to impulsive behaviors. Not everyone agrees with this optimistic view. Neuroscientist Dr. Francis Jensen highlights how the underdeveloped prefrontal cortex means teens can't fully process long-term consequences, which sometimes leads to reckless decisions. Steinberg emphasizes adolescence is a critical window for development. Meanwhile, Jensen counters, it's like a Ferrari with a weak brake system, powerful but hard to control. Teenage decision-making isn't just biology. It's also influenced by social dynamics and culture. Peer pressure hits harder for teenagers because their brain's reward system is hypersensitive to approval. A simple compliment or a viral social media post can have a greater emotional impact than it would for an adult. Cultural values shape how this drive plays out. In collectivist societies, teenagers are encouraged to prioritize family and community responsibilities. Risk-taking here often involves stepping up to support the group, like contributing to family decisions or proving their reliability in the community. But in individualistic cultures, the story is different. Teenagers often strive for independence and self-expression. Taking risks becomes a way to assert their identity and stand out from the crowd. For example, a teen in a Western culture might dye their hair a bold color, pursue a non-traditional career path, or challenge authority to express their individuality. These actions may seem rebellious, but are often a natural part of carving out their sense of self.
Did you know that the teenage brain is programmed to take more risks in the presence of peers? Studies show that teens are more likely to engage in risky behavior when friends are watching, even if they wouldn't take the same risks alone. It's all because the brain's reward center becomes supercharged when peers are involved.
Here's where it gets fascinating. Teenagers don't just act differently, they feel differently too. Psychologist G. Stanley Hall described adolescence as a time of storm and stress. This idea might sound dramatic, but it's rooted in truth. Emotional highs feel higher, and lows feel lower because of heightened activity in the limbic system, the brain's emotional center. But here's the twist. Those intense emotions also spark creativity and innovation. It's why some of the greatest artists, activists, and inventors started their journeys in their teenage years. So what have we learned? The teenage brain is a work in progress. A little chaotic, yes, but also incredibly adaptable and powerful. While this phase can be frustrating for both teens and the adults around them, it's also a golden age for growth and discovery. Teenagers think differently because their brains are built for change, challenge, and creativity. And that's something worth celebrating.
Now it's your turn. Are you a teenager or do you know one? Share your thoughts on the teenage brain in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the world of psychology.